I had mentioned in the last video that some conditions can have both shunting and dead space. This is possible because not every single alveolus and capillary unit will function exactly the same way. So some of them may be shunting, or there will be relatively little alveolar ventilation or no alveolar ventilation. Or you could have some with dead space where there is little or no capillary flow. So on one end of the spectrum here, cardiac arrest is very clearly just a dead space issue because you have no flow. And then we could put main stem intubation on the shunt side because it is quite clearly just an issue with not ventilating one lung. But a lot of issues with actual lung tissue will have a little bit of mixing here. So even a pneumothorax, which is mostly just collapsing of your alveoli, will have a little bit of area where there may be capillaries that are collapsed, but the alveoli are still being ventilated. So it will have a little bit of dead space as well. The same can be said about pneumonia and pulmonary edema, where mostly your issue is shunting because the infection or the pulmonary edema is going to impair your ventilation. But you may have areas here where there is relatively reduced capillary flow as well. So it's not a perfect shunt either. Emphysema is more so on the dead space side of things, with your destruction of functional gas exchange surface. But with that, you'll also have areas where there is capillary flow and relatively lacking alveolar ventilation. So a little bit of shunting here. Even PE, which is essentially just a dead space issue because you're directly blocking the blood flow, will end up with little areas of shunting around this from tissue damage and lack of alveolar ventilation. This is not exact or to scale, but I think it's a good way to look at these pulmonary pathologies and recognize that they really aren't just isolated to pure shunting or pure dead space. Okay, that's all for this one. Next video, we're going to go over a clear differential and approach for hypoxemia to bring this all together.